The Carlee Russell saga continues, and as more information comes out, it's not looking good for Carlee. It's almost certain at this point that Carlee Russell was never abducted and that everything was a hoax. Really early on into the investigation of Carlee going missing, and as late as a couple hours before Carlee was found, her family was pushing authorities to send out an Ashanti Alert for Carlee going missing. But authorities never did. They never sent out that Ashanti Alert, and they never included Carlee on the Ashanti Alert list. And when they were asked about it, this was their response.
The family asked if it was possible to put out an Ashanti Alert, I believe. Is that something that could have been done when you guys got the notification that she went missing?
So alerts of that nature are handled by Aaliyah, and we've provided all the facts of the case as we currently know them to them for them to review the case. And if they deem that to be appropriate, they will issue an alert.
The authorities stated they sent in all the information to the department responsible for sending out those alerts, and the department will review all facts of the case, including the video, and if they see fit or if they believe that Carlee fits the criteria for the Ashanti Alert, then they will put out the alert and put her on the list. Now here's where things get really interesting, and here's where we really start to see what the authorities truly feel about the Carlee Russell disappearance. Because up until a couple of hours leading to her being found, her family was still pushing for her to be put on the Ashanti Alert list. The authorities decided she didn't fit that criteria from their perspective and from their analysis of the facts of this case. Well, then you ask yourself, Flacco, okay, what are the criteria for the Ashanti Alert? For your missing loved one to qualify for the Ashanti Alert list, they have to be an adult between 18 and 64 years old. They have to have a proven mental or physical disability, or is missing under circumstances that indicate the person may be in danger or that the adult's disappearance may not have been voluntarily, abduction, or kidnapping. In order for authorities to put Carlee Russell on the Ashanti Alert list, they would have to believe that the facts of the case proves and shows that Carlee Russell was abducted or kidnapped, or at the very least having a mental crisis. And the authorities didn't even believe that she was having a mental crisis, because I did hear that was an alternative theory. Maybe if she didn't get kidnapped, she was just having a mental episode. She was having a mental crisis. Authorities don't even believe that's the case. Them rejecting her from the Ashanti Alert list shows and proves that they believe her disappearance was voluntarily. Now, we got more insight into exactly what they believe when a reporter just straight up asked the authorities, yo, do you believe she was kidnapped? And their response was not encouraging at all.
At this time, I'll take a few questions.
Do you believe that she was taken by someone perhaps when she pulled her car off?
We currently are investigating every possibility in this case. We're certainly leaving nothing off the table.
Safe to say, they not buying that she was kidnapped, and they're not even gonna rule out the fact that she disappeared voluntarily and that this was all a hoax. But the weirdness of this case doesn't stop there. You see, we already reviewed the highway footage of Carlee Russell's abduction and already determined that there was no toddler and there was nobody else in sight of Carlee Russell, which sort of nerfs this she was abducted theory. But the police have now confirmed that nobody else on the highway or that day reported a toddler missing, or anybody who can confirm or say they seen a toddler on the highway. So you telling me that on a busy traffic highway, there's nothing but cars passing by, there's truck drivers with high beams who can see almost everything, that nobody else seen a toddler but her? That's pretty improbable. The police confirmed they found her Apple Watch, her iPhone, her purse, and her wig at the crime scene. Now, her purse included her wallet, cash, debit cards, credit cards, etc., which would seem like something that a kidnapper would want, right? Access to funds. Now, apparently the kidnapper didn't take none of the cash, the wallet, or nothing, but they took her dinner and they took the toddler and Carlee Russell. I would think the kidnapper would take your purse with financial gains in it, opposed to your dinner. Why would they want your food? But nonetheless, though, nothing is stranger than the manner in which Carlee Russell was found. While the entire world is looking for her, she just pops up. Hey, I'm here, people. Huh? Oddly enough, her family will state that she came on foot. She wasn't dropped off by a vehicle. And Carlee Russell will relate to them that she actually walked to the house. Let's use our common sense here. We're to believe that a serial kidnapper kidnapped Carlee Russell on the side of a highway and they kept her captive somewhere within walking distance of her home? That makes sense to y'all? And if they didn't keep her captive within walking distance of her home, then how did Carlee Russell get to her parents' house on foot? So let's say this, they kidnapped her at the very least, drove her about 30 minutes away. That's about a 5-hour walk. So Carlee Russell, the most searched for woman in Alabama, walked 5 hours without anybody noticing her and saying, hey, yo, that's Carlee Russell. Let's give her a ride. Let's help her out. She took a 5-hour walk instead of picking up a payphone, going to a local business, asking to call her parents, flagging down a police car and asking to call her parents and say, yo, I'm Carlee Russell? Huh? That makes sense to y'all? A few different statements have came out from Carlee Russell's camp, one from her mother and one from her boyfriend. So let's review both. Now, her mother would say, great morning. My husband and I want to make this statement again as we did last night. It's nothing more to add or take away from how we're feeling right now. God is faithful and he has answered our prayers. She says her baby is safe, and she says that we do want to ask for privacy at this time to allow us to just love on our daughter and each other with our close family and friends. Also, please consider the fact we have not slept for 3 nights and we're mentally and physically exhausted. This was her response to the backlash that she got for this particular statement right here, where she says to our media friends, I promise we will speak with you and give a general statement in the near future as this is an ongoing investigation. Now, she's speaking as if she's a suspect. We will give a general statement as this is an ongoing investigation. What? Now, general means vague. Why do you have to be vague? Why do you have to speak in generalities? Why can't you just tell the media what you know? You're speaking as if the ongoing investigation could lead to Carlee being in trouble. Now, she continues and says, we consider the media outlets that cared enough to share this story, law enforcement agencies, special investigators, city leaders, to be our friends, and we will be respectful of all. For everyone that has messaged or called to rejoice with us, we are so grateful for your concern, just as we made a commitment to not entertain negative thoughts during the time our daughter was missing. We surely will not entertain negative thoughts, flash statements, unvalidated opinions, or share ignorance at such a joyous time. Well, this explains why she's only going to speak in generalities and not give any specifics as to what her daughter went through. Now, you utilize the media to find your daughter. Why won't you utilize the media to find the men or man or people or adults who kidnapped your daughter? Why won't you use the media to bring your daughter kidnappers to justice? Her boyfriend, on the other hand, is making statements like this, claiming that Carlee Russell was literally fighting for her life for 48 hours. So until she's physically and mentally stable again, she is not able to give any updates or whereabouts on her kidnappers at this very moment. And apparently this applies to the police as well, because the police stated that the family asked them to respect their privacy and that Carlee would not speak to the police until she's ready. There's no urgency from Carlee, from her family, from her boyfriend to bring her kidnappers to justice. Now, when I hear the police say, hey, listen, take your time, hey, we'll talk to you once you're good and ready, that tells me the police don't truly believe that there's a serial kidnapper here on the loose who is violent. The police probably, is believing what we believe, which is this story is cap. There's nothing to it. And which is why they're not pushing for Carlee to give a statement right now, because they don't believe that there's a kidnapper on the loose that they have to apprehend immediately. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this, all right? Y'all think Carlee is telling the truth, or is Carlee capping? It's your boy, Poetic Flacco. Like the video, sub to the channel, comment for the algorithm. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.